for the Aam Aadmi Party and the Delhi Chief Minister. Arvind Kejriwal, the Delhi High Court today dismissed his plea against the arrest by the Enforcement Directorate, and the Delhi High Court held that his arrest was in fact valid. A pretty big bone of contention that was already there for the Aam Aadmi Party that kept on knocking the doors of various courtrooms, saying that this arrest is actually not valid. Now, the Delhi High Court in its order stated that political considerations are not a concern of the court and judges are bound only by the law, nothing else. The court also maintained that the Enforcement Directorate was in possession of enough material against Arvind Kejriwal, which led to his arrest in the first place. The High Court also reiterated that courts are concerned with only constitutional morality and not with political morality. You know what? Whilst we're trying to decode what happened in the courtroom, let's go through the obiter dicta of the High Court to understand why the Delhi Chief Minister's arrest was in fact deemed valid. Let's put those pointers out there on the big screen. Now take a look at this. The bench first and foremost said, ladies and gentlemen, that well, petition is not an application for a grant of bail, but it is in fact over the legality of this particular arrest. A major point that the bench right at the outset of the hearing of the order made sure that this is not a bail hearing. Let's be very clear about that. This is over the legality of his arrest by the Enforcement Directorate. Now, it goes on to say that the ED placed enough material before the court, be it the candidate from the Goa Assembly elections and his statements are to be taken up, or the approver statements. There is enough evidence. And statement of Hawala dealer and Aam Aadmi Party member from Goa taken into consideration. This is coming from the court because the Aam Aadmi Party kept on saying, do you have any proof at all? Ek rupya bhi nahi mila is what the Aam Aadmi Party has been saying. Now, Kejriwal allegedly involved in personal capacity, and not just in that capacity, there's a second reason as well over here. He's involved in his personal capacity and as the national convener of the Aam Aadmi Party. So not just in one capacity, over twice, in two different capacities, one as a personal capacity and the other one as the national convener of the Aam Aadmi Party. Some more obiter dicta, let's take a look at that as well. Let's change the all right, there we have it. Casting any doubt on the manner of recording statements of approvers. Now, then again, you see, the Enforcement Directorate in the various hearings has categorically come out and said that it's important to note here that these approvers, their statements have to be taken into consideration, and the Aam Aadmi Party has been saying these are nothing but just statements. Now, the High Court has come out and said that it cannot be held that the arrest timing was decided by the Enforcement Directorate, but moreover, it said that it has nothing to do with the approver's statements. If you think that if you're casting any aspersions on the manner in which the approver statements were recorded, then you're casting aspersions on this court and bench as well. Now, the court also went on to say that the court has to examine arrest and remand as per the law, irrespective of the post, because the Aam Aadmi Party, another bone of contention over here was that they kept on saying that one has to take into account the timing of this arrest. So close to the Lok Sabha elections, our Delhi Chief Minister, our Aam Aadmi Party national convener won't be able to campaign as much as what the Aam Aadmi Party kept on saying, that this is nothing but political vendetta being carried out by the Bharatiya Janata Party via their central agencies, this time around the Enforcement Directorate. This is what has been alleged by the Aam Aadmi Party. Now, judges are bound by law and not by political considerations, is what the bench then continued with. It said, like we pointed out and mentioned before as well, that constitutional morality is what this court is actually going to be focusing on and not political morality. So, when are the elections, how close were the elections to the arrest is something that the court is not going to deal with, because the court kept on saying that the court is only concerned with upholding constitutional morality and not political morality. For all the other reasons, and various times Arvind Kejriwal has taken the platform of a courtroom, be it the Rouse Avenue Court or the Delhi High Court, to make sure that his word goes out to the public, speaking to the gallery essentially. He's been saying that all these approvers that you're taking the name of, they are the same people who have lent money to the Bharatiya Janata Party, and the court instantly struck that down, saying this is not what we're here for. We're here to assess and understand whether the arrest was legal and valid or not. We're not dealing with anything else. This court cannot put itself in the shoes of the trial court, is what the courtroom said. Now, the present case is not a case between the central government and Mr. Kejriwal, but it is a case of the Delhi Chief Minister versus the Enforcement Directorate, and the court needs to be very careful when giving out their particular order. We cannot step into the shoes of the trial court. Now, this is what the court essentially told you. So, just to summarize, essentially, it wasn't a bail hearing, it was about the legality of his arrest. The bench also made it very clear that this is an Aam Aadmi. He's the leader of the Aam Aadmi party, and everybody is equal before the law. Just because he's a Delhi chief minister doesn't mean he's going to be treated any differently. This, because the Aam Aadmi party kept on saying, we're going to come into the investigation via a virtual conferencing. And the court said that, look, the accused will not decide how the investigation is going to go on. It is going to be decided by the investigators, in this case, the Enforcement Directorate. Now, a lot of legal recourse that is being expected by the Aam Aadmi Party. Will they knock on the door of the Supreme Court? How soon is that going to happen? A long-run legal battle. In the meantime, politics is also shaping up around this. Before the Aam Aadmi Party could get on with their own press conference, the Bharatiya Janata Party was the quickest to react. Let's listen in to reactions from both these sides, from the Bharatiya Janata Party and then what Aam Aadmi Party leaders had to say.
उनका बार बार ईडी के सम्मन को दरकिनार करना, जवाब देने से मना करना, यह गलत था और पर्याप्त मटेरियल उपलब्ध था उनसे पूछताछ और जांच करने के लिए। दूसरा, एक गंभीर बात कही गई जो बार बार न्यायिक प्रक्रिया को राजनीतिक रंग देने का प्रयास और उसके ऊपर राजनीतिक आक्षेप करने का प्रयास है। उस पर कोर्ट ने साफ कहा है, जजेस आर बाउंड बाय द लॉ, नॉट बाय द पॉलिटिक्स। आप उसमें राजनीति करना चाहते हैं क्योंकि आप लगातार 9 सम्मन डिले कर रहे थे, क्योंकि आपको पता था कि लोकसभा का चुनाव आने वाला, अनायास नहीं आने वाला था। इसका अर्थ यह हो गया कि आप न्यायिक प्रक्रिया को राजनीतिक दहलीज तक ले जाने का कार्य आप कर रहे थे। कोर्ट ने स्पष्ट कहा है, किसी भी प्रकार की राजनीतिक गतिविधि से न्यायिक प्रक्रिया प्रभावित होने वाली नहीं है, अर्थात टाइमिंग वाली बात ध्वस्त हो गई। आज भ्रष्टाचार के मुद्दे पे चुनाव आने की बात पे कही तो कोर्ट साफ साफ कह रहा है कि किसी भी प्रकार का राजनीतिक संदर्भ न्यायालय के समक्ष देना उचित नहीं है। भारत की राजनीति में जन सामान्य के लिए और भारत के प्रबुद्ध नागरिकों के लिए एक प्रश्न छोड़ा है कि कई बार ये नई राजनीति के प्रयोग का छलावरण लेकर जो लोग आते हैं, उनकी अंदरूनी हकीकत क्या होती है, यह पूरी तरीके से आज साफ साफ सबके सामने आ गया है।
अब तक जो तथाकथित एक्साइज केस भी हुआ है, उसको देख के समझ के ये बात कही जा सकती है कि ये पूरा का पूरा मामला मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग का नहीं, ये मामला हिंदुस्तान के इतिहास का सबसे बड़ा राजनीतिक षड्यंत्र है, जिसके अंदर हिंदुस्तान के सबसे ज़्यादा वोटों से और सबसे ज़्यादा सीटों से जीतने वाले किसी भी राज्य के मुख्यमंत्री में सबसे आगे जो आते हैं अरविंद केजरीवाल, उनको और उनकी पॉलिटिकल पार्टी को और उनकी दिल्ली और पंजाब की 2 सरकारों को नष्ट करने का, कुचलने का, खत्म करने का एक बड़ा षड्यंत्र है।